Good, good morning, everyone. So for today's discussion, we're going to discuss conductors, and conductors are under in building electrical materials and equipment, which you can found in page 611 in your books. So let's go. Discussing conductors, we're going to discuss also the following, which is the wires, bushings, conductor material, conductor insulation cables, cords, concealed knob and tube wiring, conductor power loss, conductor ampacity, and the last one is voltage drops in conductor. So first, we're going to know what is conductor or an electrical conductor. So an electrical conductor is any material that conducts electrical current. So to understand it better, conductors are the one who transmit energy such as heat, electricity, and even sounds. Conductor is always connected and the thing they call insulator. So let's discuss what is the connectivity between insulator and conductor so that we can understand conductor or what is conductor really means or we can understand it better. So let's go. So I have here um, an insulator. For example, this is an insulator, 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 and this one is a conductor. Hmm. Um, the similarities between conductor and insulators are conductor and insulator are they both have the same or the huge amount of atom and molecules. So ibig sabihin nun, they compose positively charged nucleus and negatively charged electrons inside the nucleus. So itong for example ano ito conducting rod. They all have the positively charged nucleus and negatively charged electrons inside the nucleus. That is their similarities. And uh, alam naman natin na ang mga positively charged nucleus is hindi sila naga-move or they cannot move from one place to another or they're just fixed or they're gonna stay from the place nung nasaan sila. While the electrons here and at meron silang electrons sa loob ng nucleus here. But the difference is the electrons here and the insulator cannot transfer to this one and this one. They cannot transfer because they can't move or they are fixed. While the electrons dito sa conductor, they can move from one place to another or they can move relatively freely with almost no resistance. So the electrons here or the negative charges here can move from here to here. That is a difference between the insulator and the conductor. They have they both have positive and negatively charged, but the insulator is the negative is fixed while the charges of the conductor can move freely as they want. So another example is move tag the shape here. So if we have here conductor na siya, we have conductor here and meron siyang negatively charged here. So we know that kapag conductor, ang negatively charged, kapag conductor yan, the negatively charged here can move wherever they want or pwede siya move bisag asa kung gusto niya negatively charged sa conductor. Pero pag sa insulator kay dili, no? So, if ever na mubutang putag another negative here, ang mahitabuan na is kay mo refill sila from each other. Because as they say, like charges attract and opposite charges attract and like charges refill. So, ibig sabihin, ang magkapareha na sign kay mo refill from each other ug ang dili pareha na sign or the positive and the negative charges kay mo attract. So, ipagputag negative here, wait, ito, ipagputag, sorry, hindi lang. If magputag negative here, so pa, hindi lang. Pagputag negative here, ang negative here, karina negative diri, kay mo adto sab to the very edge. Nya kari pong negative diri, adto diri. Cause they gonna go far away as they can from to just not touch each other. So, more repeal na sila. So, ang mahitabuan na they're gonna go far away as they can from each other para dili sila magtanduganay. So, because mo nang low na negative or same charges refill and opposite charges attract. So, moadto sila or they're always gonna reside to the very edge of the conductor. Dira na ng mga negative charge. Kung may negative charge na makuan, ay ang conductor kay ang mga charges niya dire, especially when it's negative, kay naalang sa plane which is represented by this green line. So, what if ani? Another example is, what if natay duha ka conducting rod which is made up of metal, and this one has a lot of negative charges, say negative, so sa plane kay nag-refill sila, plane na sila. And this one has no charges at all, or this one is empty, wala siya charges. What happen if this one is magdikit sa isa? Unsa pa tingin ninyo na mahitabo if this one is magdikit diri sa empty na charges? So, ang mahitaboan na is, kaning charges niya diri na negative is mangita sila way para maglayo pa sa each other kay naa sila space na na-occupy. So, ibig sabihin, ang negative diri kay mo balhin diri sa empty na conducting metal. Balhin sila diri og wala na diri. They're gonna go and every edge to the very edge kay para mo layo lang sa each other. So, ibig sabihin tong positive ay tong walay charge na conducting metal is magkakaroon na siya ng charge with a negative charge which is galing dito sa kabila na naglipat sa kabila. And if that happened, kung mas dako ni diri, ibig sabihin ang charges na magbalhin diri is mas dako pod. If ani lang siya, equal lang sila, ibig sabihin equal charges wag na go sa kabila. Ana mag-work ang conductor, no? Para ma-clarify jud, I saw an experiment in YouTube which is this one. Okay, this one. So I saw it on YouTube na if you put an insulator material here, the bulb will not light up. Dili siya mo light kapag ang ibutang nimo na sa tawag na material ka insulator. Pero pag ang ibutang nimo na material kay conductor kay mo lightning bulb, for example gibutang niya diri na material kay wood, unya ang wood kay dili man maka-pass ang energy or dili maka-flow ang energy dito sa wood. So ibig sabihin ning bulb ni wala na siya nag-light up. Unya nibutang po siya plastic. Pagbutang niya sa plastic, wala dyan po ni-light up ang bulb kay tungod dili maka-pass or dili maka-flow ang energy or electricity dito kay charge man niya diri ibig sabihin electricity ang naga-flow diri pa ingon diri. Tapos tong gibutang niya tong metal ari ang gibutang metal, nag-light up ang bulb kay tungod kay nag-flow ang electricity sa metal or sa conductor. So, ibig sabihin, ang metal is to consider as a conductor kay nag-flow ang electricity. Mawala na siyang tandaan. An insulator is ang mga bagay na electricity or energy, heat, and even sounds can flow into it. Well, the conductors, they're the one who or transmit energy such as electricity, heat, and sounds and energy, or the electricity can flow into them. The example of insulators are glass, wood, and plastics, while the conductors are the metals, gold, aluminum, silver, and even human body. Kay tisingan man yung ibutang diri mo kamot kay mo flow dya po na siya diri niya mo light up dya po ng bulb. Nga po koy ano na balaan na kuan siya interesting kay siya kay if ever na ibutang niyo dirang water sa paminaw ninyo mo light up ning bulb o dili. Unsa man ang water insulator siya or conductor mo na siyang pangutana dito pero tong gibutang nilang water nagbutang sila nails diri tapos water diri tapos isaksak nila na sa saksakan ang nahitabo kay wala siya ni light up so ibig sabihin ang water kay insulator pero gibutangan nila og asin ang water tapos giulit nila to na process ang bulb ka na light up. So ibig sabihin nato ang asin ay ang water kay conductor na siya if butngan siya og asin. Carrying Carrying circular male kay mao ni siya ang area sa wire with a circular cross section. So ang isa ka male kay one is greater than 1,000 inches. So, ibig sabihin ang isa ka male is basta ko sa 1,000 inches. So one circular male is equal to the cross-sectional area of 0.001 in diameter circle. So next is ay, we have here the American War Gauge or the AWG. It's a standard war gauge system predominantly used in the United States since 1857 for round, solid electrical conducting wire. AWG gauge number is inversely proportional to the cross-sectional diameter of a wire that is smaller than number identifies a thicker wire. So, ibig sabihin kung mas kamay ang number sa gauge kay ang wire niya kay mas thick or mas baga. So, electrical conductors are either they are composed of two types, which is the solid and the stranded. So, solid conductors are single solid length of conductors called wire, and the stranded or conductors is consists of smaller wire strands. So, solid conductors, wala ang example ani kay ang mga copper ata. Tapos, while the stranded conductor, they are consists of smaller wire with strands. So, ang ibig sabihin ani, ang example ani is makakita mo ng mga wire na daghan kay or daghan kay wire gani nagagmay or nigpis na wire na wala ginakuan siya, twisted together siya. So, mao na silang mga stranded conductors. Tapos, ang example lang ng solid conductors, kaya tama to siya kung yun kanina, which is the copper, silver, tanang solid na kuan na makapass or maka-flow ang electricity sa ilaha kay consider na sila solid conductors. Tapos kaya solid conductors katong mga gagmay na wires na gina-twist together mo na sila ang mga stranded conductors. So here are the table these are the table of dimensional electrical properties of electrical conductors. Small and medium gauge electrical conductor are categorized by the American wide gauge or the AWG. Large conductor are sized in units of thousand circular mils, and one circular mil is equal to the cross-sectional area of a 0.001 each in diameter circle. So 14 gauge kay mil is equal to 4,110. So ang inches niya squared is 0.00323 and so on. Next is bashes. So what is bashes? A bash, sometimes called a bash bar, is an electrical conductor. So bash is also a conductor, usually copper or aluminum, that serve as a common connection for two or more electrical circuits. So ang bashes kay nagaserve na sila as a connection or sila ang naga-connect para ma-connect ang duha or more na electrical circuit kay para mo function sila. So bush are typically solid bars used for power distribution. They are commonly found in panel boards, switchboard, and other power distribution equipment. Kari siyang bush kay sa karing bush bar kay makita nimo na siya sa mga computer ngani na basta naga-connect siya sa isa ka bagay o sa isa ka bagay kay para mo-flow ang electrical dito or electricity dito. Next one is the conductor material. So conductor material, scientifically silver is the best electrical conductor material other than superconductor material because it has the least resistance of a common material. So traditionally, copper and aluminum conductors are used in the building conductor or wiring installations as a compromise between good conductivity and economy. So, ang mga conductor materials, mga nalagyan na ng mga material which energy or the electricity can flow into them. Tapos, ang pinaka the best na conductor material, electrical conductor is the silver and tap, because it has the least resistant of a common materials. Tapos, traditionally, copper and aluminum are used in building conductors. So, paulit-ulit lang naingon na akong nabasa. So, next is the conductor insulation. So conductors are covered with insulation that provide electrical isolation and some physical protection of the conductor material. It prevents loss of power and the danger of short circuits and ground faults. For special application, a jacket is applied over the insulation. A jacket provides the necessary chemical, physical, or thermal protection required by the application. So, mo niya akong yun nag-discuss kanina ang pinakauna-una, ng insulator. Kay insulator man kay dili man siya mo makatransfer og energy sa pikas kay mo nang ginagamit siya kay para i-cover up ang conductor kay para maka ano ba nang um sa tawag nang maka bali dili jud basta-basta wala jud danger na mahitabo kay lisod po nang ang butang kag conductor dira unya basid ay mo conductor po din mabot nga nunya matamakan nimo unya nga may body kay conductor ba di makurintihan siya. So need na nila og karang wala cover kay para para dili sila basta-basta maka-disgrasya. So these are the five electrical conductor. Mo na kung silver, gold, copper, steel, of seawater. Mo na gani na no kay basta ang asin na tubig kay conductor na siya pero kung tubig lang kay madulong na siya sa insulator. Tapos ang electrical insulator kay rubber, glass, oil, diamond, drywood. Manang usay ang mga wire ginakaberan og rubber kaning na-address sa ilang ano kay para dili sila basta-basta mga kuryente. Common insulation material markings. So markings RRH, description thermoset, rubber or synthetic rubber, 194 degrees Fahrenheit and 90 degrees Celsius temperature rating, extra heat resistant, not moisture resistant, and not suitable for conduits exposed to weather, not sunlight resistant. So the RHW, RH2, THNN, THW2, TWTN, TWHTN2, HSSW2. Next is conductor material on temperature rating. So next is insulation is also related for dry, damp, or wet location. So a dry location is typically a flight to conductor that are enclosed in a building and remain dry except during initial construction. A damp location includes wiring in above ground protected outer locations such as uncovered open desks and canopies. A wet location is when the conductor is exposed to weather, bird conductors and conductor encased in concrete and contact with the ground or exposed to the severe moisture conditions such as where the conductor is subjected to the application involving water, cleaning or washing processes such as car wash. So we had three installation which is a dry, damp, and wet location. So ang dry daw kay mao na siyang location na not normally subjected to wetness or dampness, ibig sabihin uga. While the damp, mao ni siya ang kuan exterior or interior location that is normally periodically subject to condensation of moisture and on or adjacent to electrical equipment and enclosed partially protected location. While the wet location, obviously, mo na siya ang basa na location or conductor exposed to weather. Buried into conductor cleaning or washing processes such as car wash. So next is this cable. So cables, a cable contain more than one conductor bundled together in a factory assembly of wires. An outer sheeting encases and protects the conductor, simplifying installation of multiple wiring. So ang cables kay kina-compose ni siya og not just one but more not just one but two or more conductors bundled together. So we have non-metallic thread cable. So this non-metallic thread cable is murag kuan ni siya karang types natin siya sa cable. Kay non-metallic threaded cable mo ni siya ang cable na classified as a types of NM or non-metallic cable and is commonly called by its trade name Romex. So, ang Romex kay mo na siya ang type sa cable na managi na siya na ginagamit sa kuan residential branch wiring. And next one is underground feeder cable. Underground feeder cable or UF cables are flame retardant and moisture, fungus, and corrosion resistant. UF cable is used in direct burial application as a feather or a branch of circuit provided it is protected by an overcurrent protection device, piece, or circuit breaker before it leaves the panel board. So this cable this conductor here is called the THSN or the HWN2 conductor. The other one is the RHH or the RHW2 conductor. And this one is the cable. So cables, this cable here is called non-metallic shutted NME cable. NM cable pala, I'm so sorry. And this one is the armored AC cable. And the other one is the underground feeder or UF cable. And the next one is the service entrance SA cable. Tapos, the last one is the service entrance SER cable. So, kari siya, non-metallic shutted cable is mao ni siya. Ingani na siya. Next one is the service entrance cable. So, service entrance cable is this one. Kara siya na cable is suitable for exposed above grade condition, and underground service or entrance cable is used in underground service application. Mo ni siya, ang underground feeder cable. Next is armored cable. Armored cable, classified as either AC or ACT, is sometimes referred by a trade name BX cable. So armored cable is also called as BX cable. This cable consists of two four copper conductors between 14 AWJ and 1 AWJ in size that enclosed within the flexible spiral-shaped metallic enclosed armored cable is classified as a type of ACT if the conductor insulation is thermoplastic and AC if the insulation is rubber. So these are the armored AC in the steel frame partition used with the formation of ABC. Ano siya ata? Na cable. Next one is the metal-clad cable. So metal-clad cable is similar to armored cable, except it is not limited to the number of size from 18 AWG to 2000 GC-mil of conductors. It can carry the conductors and MPC cable it may be copper, aluminum, or copper-clad aluminum. The metal armor may be smooth tube, tubulated tube, or interlock metal armor. So MC cable does not contain a bonding strip like AC cable, and the armor cannot be used by itself as an equipment ground. However, it is supplement the internal grounding. Next is the plot conductor cable. So a plot conductor cable is a wiring system composed of very thin cable with three or more conductors and special connectors and terminals. It is designed to rest between the top side of a small continuous subfloor and carpet square. The next one is the thermostat cable. Thermostat cable is used in application with the voltage less than 330 V voltage such as wire to doorbells, chimes, and thermostats. It generally contains number 16 AWG or number 18 AWG conductors that are bundled in a thin plastic sheeting. Next one is the cords. So cords are made of stranded conductors within a flexible and insulated sheathing material. They are designed for flexibility and bending. Cords are generally manufactured of a lighter gauge stranded conductors. They are designed for the use of power tools, large stationary equipment, or detachable computer power cords. So extension cords are made up of stranded wires. So ang stranded wires gani kay katong gagmay na wires na gitwist together, di ba? Moto siya ang stranded wire, and because of their equal flexibility along the cord to be bent and twisted without stressing the conductor. So ang gibot ang cords kay ang unod ani kay ang stranded wires ko kay need siya matwist without disrupting the conductors. So kung mapansin ninyo ang unod ng wire sa cords kay stranded. Itong mga gagmay na wire or katong daghan na wire na gitwist. Next one is the concealed knob and tube or the KNT. Sorry. So the concealed knob and tube or the KNT wiring consists of an old-style wiring technique using insulated conductor strung between glass or porcelain knobs and tubes. And the KNT is also a wiring that is installed in the walls or ceilings so it concealed from view when finished material such as plaster is applied. Next one is the conductor power loss. Heat generated by the current flow through a conductor result in the loss of power. Thus, loss of power is referred to as a power loss or line loss. Power loss, P loss, in a conductor can be computed with the average I or voltage B and resistance R by the following formula. P loss is equals to R squared, R is equals to B squared over R. So power loss in converted directly to the heat. Power loss is equivalent to the heat produced. The relationship between the power and the heat is 1 W 3.413 per hour. Heat produced or Q for a non-power loss or P loss can be computed with the following formula. So the formula is Q is equals to 3.414 P loss. So that's all. Thank you.